We're gonna show all of you, tell all of you about Jesse Reardon. He's single-handedly been responsible for editing, putting together hunting adventures for 16 out of 17 years.
16 and 17, but it's been a team effort. But I definitely...
He's too humble. We throw it all on his shoulders and he does it all.
This was my very first big international hunt. It was Spain, Turkey, Tanzania, 45 days. But I probably should have been where the Hippo was had I not been compressed in the shot 50 yards behind me.
You would have actually been smart.
My wife's home pregnant and I'm getting charged by hippos right now. Like, I want to meet my kids.
We were in a blind and had a lion come up to us in the dark.
Yeah, the scariest moment of my life.
His nose was right beside me. I literally could have patted him on the nose. Dinosaurs were in the mountains of Turkey. You know, you knew the elephants were around there, but we had to go through there. There was no other way. One of the most renowned man-eating crocodile lakes, and we're in those little ugly dugouts going across. Hal and Len, you were there from the very start.
See my guide coming back, you know, he's kind of sucking today.
Last fall, the team got together and decided that Jesse Reardon might take one more giant leap ahead, and we'll take you up to the Yukon and let you hunt a mountain caribou.
That's a good shot, eh?
You also did Africa, you did Asia with me. I know we did, I've got the list here, Turkey. I didn't realize you were there for the red stag hunt.
So yeah, let's talk about that because it was my very first big international hunt. It was Spain, Turkey, Tanzania, 45 days.
Still another month ahead of me, so here we go.
Spain was like, I was like, oh man, this is living the dream.
That's our favorite country in Europe.
We went for Bassetti ibex, wild boar, and then we went to Mallorca for the bok.
Jesse, the lower one. Yeah, I know.
And from there we went to Turkey, which is, you know, big culture shock for you. I have to believe,
huge,
coming
yeah.
from Calgary.
Day 4 of hunting Mid-Eastern red deer, and oh, I'm tired.
Dinosaurs were in the mountains of Turkey. It sounds like there's a dinosaur in the bushes ahead of you. Yeah, it was awesome. I think we got one.
We did, but
can't remember.
well, you missed one. I missed the giant.
Did I miss it?
It was pretty high pressure.
Did I miss it?
Do we have
though?
that miss? We don't
Did
need
we
to
miss
watch
it?
it, but we can watch it.
Here he comes. Okay. Wait till he comes out into the open, okay? I will whistle, okay? It's out. Shoot him. No, miss. Miss.
Too far.
Reload, she's a very big deer.
Yeah, it's huge.
Reload.
Yeah, and you captured that beautifully.
Oh, I nailed that shot.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm actually proud of that.
Yeah, no, I'm going to ask you right now. Why were you always so steady and so perfect
goodness.
on all of my misses?
We could do a whole show on misses.
I wasn't editing the shows. If I was editing them, I probably would not have put it in.
I got excited about
let's
missing.
be-
You missing.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I say you above and beyond the Call of Duty on every miss I ever had in my
Well, it
life.
adds cliffhanger, and every hunter appreciates that you show misses because lots of guys don't show their misses.
Oh, shoot. Total miss. Did you see what happened, Jess? We're in the blind, in the dark. His nose was right there.
Forget the misses in Turkey. We went on to Tanzania from Turkey and met up with our good friend Mike Fell.
He's character. He's a beast.
Yeah, he's the real deal.
I felt safe with him the whole time out there.
He's a fearless guy. We were in a blind and had a lion come up to us in the dark. When you hear a lion, it just to your core.
Yeah, the
You're
scariest
afraid.
moment of my life. All I could see, I remember because we're looking out the blind, I just see the lion coming right up to the tent, and I just kind of just crouched behind my tripod and just started shaking. Like I couldn't stop shaking. You and Mike are like, don't move. He's like at our tent,
Yeah, well, no, he stuck his head in. You were in front of me.
I was in the middle of you two.
And we were behind you. When he was sniffing, that sniffing you heard, his nose was right beside me. I literally could have patted him on the nose.
The lion came right through here. Look at, there's his track. He came right in here. The hiney will chewed a hole right here. He stuck his nose right like that, just like that, and he went.
He had 5 zippers on
Yeah,
each
5
hand. All he had to do was just go.
And the thing is, they're waiting for you to react or move, and then they pounce. Right?
Yeah, they want you to run. They're trying to strike fear into you to make you make a mistake, which is run.
Or shake a lot.
So much for my nautical experience here on Lake Rukwa.
Then we went to Lake Rukwa after man-eating crocs.
We took a big boat, as I remember it, to get across the water.
A big boat?
Yeah, big.
Yeah, not a big boat.
Safe
No.
boat, not like that at
No.
all. One of the most renowned man-eating crocodile lakes, and we're in those little ugly dugouts going across.
For me, this was just awesome, though. This was like, man, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, and I mean, the crocs take the fishermen out of these boats all the time. We're going after giant crocodiles. They're twice as long as these boats. I swear we're going down. That's it. Louise, I love you. You know, I can't imagine how many liver flukes and nematodes are crawling up my crack right now. There's like this much water. It feels wonderful. It's just real nice. Tepid's the temperature, I'd call it. You throw the dice, eh? Like we've thrown the dice how many times all around the world in so many situations, and it's the law of large numbers. You know, the important thing is the events, these expeditions, these adventures, you captured them.
And I think a big thing for me when I was out there was seeing how the hunting dollars were at work. I could see now, like, 'cause people would get worked up about you hunting those animals, but you take one of those out and it saves.
Yeah, it saves
many
hundreds.
more?
It's counterintuitive to everybody.
But until you get on foot and see that in Africa, it's hard to explain it to maybe someone mainstream or someone who's never.
Right, essentially, you.
These are game sharks, and he's got fresh meat there. Hippo? No. Zealand. All right. And the Skinner? Yeah. Big eland too. Big. And wildebeest, big too. Yeah. 3 big animals.
People just don't have the same understanding. If you haven't been there, you just can't know what it's really like for those people. This is the coolest thing you can imagine. Jungles.
Cameroon, yeah. That was a hard one to film. My biggest concern there was just like
surviving. I mean,
surviving, yeah.
How many diseases our cameramen have picked up over the years? You can die.
But that was tough filming from a cameraman perspective in jungles, looking for bongo.
It's a bongo. It's a male bongo, about 26 inches long, not big enough, but what a beauty. That's one of the most beautiful antelopes in the world right there.
That bongo, the original bongo clips, that was a big moment for me to see a bongo. Like to this day, that's one of my favorite animals.
That's just so cool. I've never hunted in the jungle before.
We got the bongo.
Yeah, and then the dikers, like hunting dikers.
Oh, calling dikers and trying to...
That was different.
And I think I was using a muzzleloader at that time, trying to front load all the pellets and the wads. And
you did get 1 or 2 on that trip. In terms of filming though, that's like what do you do?
Really difficult.
You know, as small as that antelope is, that'll feed one of the pygmy families for a day anyway. So they wrap it up. Traditionally, they would have used a crossbow. They'd have called them in, and when it comes in with a crossbow, can you imagine?
There's the result of our hunting for all those days. I finally got the blue diker, and it's being eaten with couscous and like about this much meat per person. Funny how the cameraman, I could only get them to do like 1 jungle trip each, and then they were busy.
Yeah.
They had grand openings to attend.
It's weird, I wonder.
This is a hippopotamus bathroom. We just went through it.
Tanzania round 2, we got a Sitatunga in a sausage tree. Do you remember the sausage tree?
I do, and I remember we spent hours up in there.
Oh yeah.
all crinked up. And
Well, you did a whole bunch of stuff, but in the end, we ended up focused on
was
that
that the one where
sausage
we were
tree.
in the blind that kept falling over?
Yeah, it was built for the 110 pounders.
Not for the 220 pounders.
Sat here 11 hours, we got cooked. Our blind just about tipped over. If I even wiggle a little bit, it's going over.
We were having to hang
I
on.
think that's when they decided that we should just sit in a tree
Sit in a tree, yeah.
because you're
And-
breaking all the blinds.
But it was cool because we actually figured out that Sitatunga will move during the day, where they always hunted morning and evening. We just applied whitetail rules and said, no, the big bucks will move in the middle of the day. That's where we decided to sit in the tree and wait, and eventually got the East African Sitatunga. I think the only one ever taken with a muzzleloader.
What happened? Pardon? You went down?
This is one of the ultimate hunting experiences of my life. To hunt Sitatunga here in Africa, I dreamed about it since I was 10 years old. It's in our Hand of Man Museum, actually, one of those subspecies we mounted. I believe it's the forest Sitatunga.
Yeah.
They're a fascinating animal, a spiral horn antelope that lives in the swamps, and very difficult to get.
And then, of course, we have the elephant story.
Yeah, that was a close call. We came up to a kurungwa, they call it, basically a ravine. You know, you knew the elephants were around them, but we had to go through there. There's no other way. And that elephant came out of there. It's like, whoa, right now. It was a serious, frightening situation. But with Mike Fell, it seemed like whenever we're in the Moyombo Forest, whatever animals were there felt compelled to charge them. This is us in Tanzania. We knew there was hippos around.
And the rule is never get between.
The water and the riverine habitat.
Yeah.
It's got cover. We thought all the hippos were already out of that habitat and were.
Yeah, exactly. And at this point, I started filming the birds. I'm like, oh man, I get some cool like wildlife shots, and I'm about 50 yards behind you, and I'm filming these birds. And my idea was compress the shot, so eventually you're gonna walk in. Yeah, there we go. Doo-doo-doo, just filming the birds. So I end the shot. I hit pause, and then boom, out of nowhere.
Holy, what the is that all about? We just about ate that hippo. That was fun.
Were you in the back? Did you get some footage
Yeah.
of him running right through us?
Yeah.
What's the rule? Never get between hippos and
And the water.
But I probably should have been where the hippo was had I not been compressing the shot 50 yards behind you.
You would have actually been smoked.
That's where I was supposed to be because I'm the fourth guy in.
That was one of the closest calls. That hippo would have gone right through you.
Oh yeah.
Or I would have had to shoot through you to kill it. It's either way. One way or the other, you're going to be
Yeah.
in deep trouble.
Either way, I would have been hooped.
I think that trip we had all kinds of hippos charging us, did we not?
We did. They were definitely didn't like us walking by the water. We had some good bluff charges, I'd call them.
Watch them, Jess. Watch them. But you didn't call them bluff charges then. As I remember it, you made it very clear that your international hunting days were over.
Well, I remember thinking like, okay, my wife's home pregnant and I'm getting charged by hippos right now. Like, I want to meet my kids.
ready, Jess. Your mortality becomes very clearly into perspective when you're doing these kind of expeditions. I mean, you can die, and when you have children at home and a loving spouse that's there and you're off 8,000 miles away in some godforsaken part of the world filming charging hippos.
Well, that was a hard one for me because that's all I wanted to do was just travel and just keep on keeping on. But I kind of reached a crossroads where I was like, I had to make a choice, and I don't know.
You made a wise choice. Family is always and always should be the number one choice anybody makes.
I see my guide coming back, he's kind of sucking today.
You still did national North American hunts.
Yeah,
or
like-
at least Canadian hunts.
Canadian, like I'd go up island for black bears, also Saskatchewan for whitetails a bit, and then we did like Maryland, New Mexico, Oregon, a couple small local trips, just short trips.
Okay, so you still film, but not
Yeah.
the crazy stuff. Hal and Len, you were there from the very start, and for the record, so everybody knows, Len was my father-in-law.
Yeah.
He was a good man, and my dad, of course, was my dad. Everybody knows what he was like that's watched hunting adventures over the years.
So we put the two of them together.
So the first one was the bear hunt.
Did you video that?
I went with you with Len,
Okay.
and then Cody Robbins filmed the Hal where he dropped it on the log.
Oh, okay. So you were there when Len made that shot. He was using
Yeah.
this 270. His clear shot and my clear shot were two different things.
Oh yeah, like he just shot.
He just shot. Yeah,
And dropped it.
right through the bush. Like, boom, perfect shot.
Don't wiggle the squeaky time. Get it. He's not going anywhere.
You were setting up.
Yeah, boom. They don't wait. Eh? They didn't wait in those days. My dad too. Once he got on something, it was good night. They're not waiting for cameramen.
Mm-hmm.
But to your credit, you captured that first hunt and
Yeah.
really set up the whole Hal and Len era.
Look at that.
Not bad, eh? For an old man.
Not
Hey.
too bad, is right. Perfect shot.
No, it was all right. It's even at the 270.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have to use the 300. I told you once before,
Well,
that's not the gun, it's the guy behind the gun.
yeah.
And people loved it. It was funny. And that's, I think, what resonated with the audience
Yeah.
for all those years of the Hal and Len era. They couldn't wait to see
Yeah.
what those two old guys were going to say.
I bet your mine's bigger than yours are, Hal.
I don't think so.
Orange don't make very good soup. I got some money on this here. I want to shoot a small deer.
We got about 12 episodes out of it,
Yeah, I think so.
and they were like just
one
classic.
or two a year for years.
Jim's gonna let me shoot a caribou, he said, so we'll see if that happens.
Last fall, the team got together and decided that Jesse Reardon might take one more giant leap ahead, and we'll take you up to the Yukon and let you hunt a mountain caribou.
So that was quite the experience. So we had Wojo there, Christian, you, me,
Ryan Leaf was
Ryan
there
Leaf.
too. He was your guide, your official guide,
Yeah.
on a mountain caribou.
Yeah, that was a big deal. A Jesse bull.
Is it on
It's recording now.
Is it on autofocus?
I don't think so. Oh,
There, that's him.
Nope.
That's him.
Alright.
Okay, that's good.
that's all you get?
This is your first really big game animal. Walk me through the hunt.
I handed Christian the camera, who's never filmed anything in his life. You're gonna film from now. You're gonna carry up and go. Put those on. Don't pause record. Zoom is this. Yep. Focus is that. Good? And just hold it steady. Composition. I forgot the gun. That was good, because I thought Ryan had it. A little nervous.
So you were the hunter, but you didn't have a gun?
It's a long story. I was kind of focused on the filming still a little bit.
You had a lot in your mind.
Christian, you okay, buddy? You can hear me. Just don't pause record, dude. I just need a solid rest. It's probably the most manliest job you've ever done, dude. I was super nervous as soon as I sat down on the sticks. I was breathing pretty hard and I think pretty good.
Where Jess is gonna be dead steady.
Okay. He's the back one.
He's the back one. Can you hold it down on him?
Yeah, no, I'm good. 250-yard shot. I felt good. I was doing good, and then and then you powered up the scope on me. Once you did that, I got settled in again, and I took it off safety. And you guys said, "There's a good shot," and I said, "He's walking."
He's standing still. He's a tough one, Jeff.
Feel it on the wrong one.
Huh?
I was on the wrong one. Can you imagine?
No, everybody would have been expecting the bigger bull to fall down, and the smaller bull would have fallen down.
I would have been on the meat flight. All right, harder, boys. That's a good shot, eh?
Holy cow. Holy cow.
Wow.
Jesse,
Dropped him.
15 years of editing hunting adventures and dragging your tail around the world, and you just got yourself a caribou. A giant.
Pretty good moment. I was pretty pumped. A little emotional, too.
That's hunting. Welcome to the fraternity. You're a hunter, Jess.
It was quite the experience.
I was watching your hat go.
Christian, you got a new job, buddy. Maybe I should do the guide stuff.
Jesse Reardon, a city boy from Calgary, joined our team 16 years ago, edited 16 years out of the 17 years that Hunting Adventures was on the air.
With
filmed
help.
all around the world, won all kinds of awards for videography and for best overall for the television show Hunting Adventures. You are now officially a hunter too.
do you think, boys?
He's beautiful.
Thank you.
Double shovels, one shot, 250 yards. First Yukon big game animal. I mean, you've taken 4 deer
4 deer, blacktail.
and then blacktails, and now you got your first.
And when I met you, I remember watching your first DVD. I didn't hunt at all. I was a city kid, so yeah, you guys got me into hunting. That's for sure.
Shot.
The last 16 years have been an honor and a pleasure, and I'm proud of you, proud of your family, you know, how well you've done and your accomplishments. It's been wonderful working with you, and happy to have you on the team, still on the team, continue on the team.
Yeah,
now,
still on the team, man.
Shock Therapy, Jesse Reardon.
Thanks, Jim.
You bet.
I appreciate it. It's been a good run. Let me just put it.
Jesse Reardon, you send it the whole time.
Oh.
So many favorite moments. What were yours?
Oh my goodness, from Hunt Adventures?
Yeah, 350 episodes. Which is your favorite? Good luck.
The last one.
That's quick. That's really funny.
Thanks.
That's really funny.
That was hard. The last episode was hard, man.